Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Charles Chinakwo-Denibo. I'm a rising medical intern. It's still kind of weird to say. I'm also a Canadian citizen, and I'm currently in the process of applying for a switch of my visa from a student visa to a work visa as I transition from being a student to being employed as a resident in the hospital. And because I'm not American, I do still need a visa. And it's been a very frustrating process because I haven't found much information online. So I decided to make a video in case there's anyone out there that's going through a similar thing or going to go through a similar thing in the future. I hope this video can bring some form of clarification about some of the visas that are required before you apply to residency and what you need to look out for. So for most US residency programs, there are three main kinds of visas that the hospitals typically sponsor. The first one is the J1 visa. That's the most common offered kind of visa by most programs, if they do sponsor any visa. And the second is an H1B visa. This is more lucrative and less programs sponsored H1B. And then the third is an F1-OPT visa. OPT stands for optional practical training, and that's practically an extension of your F1 student visa. And it practically is a temporary employment that is directly related to an F1 student's major area of study. Eligible students can apply to receive up to 12 months of OPT employment authorization before completing their academic studies and or after completing their academic studies. For me personally, I'm going to go through the F1 OPT first and then transition into the H1B visa. So the H1B visa and the J1 visa are quite similar, but the two biggest differences are one, less programs sponsored H1B, and second, the H1B visa doesn't have any restriction to it. It's a visa with an intention to stay in the country, practically end up getting a green card in the United States if you wish to. The J1 visa, on the other hand, is a visa with some restriction. After you're done your training, you're required to go back to your home country. So practically, it's a visa with an intention to return back to your home country. There is a waiver if you do not want to return back to your home country. Say you come in on the J1 visa for residency, you find the love of your life, you fall in love, and you then decide, I kind of want to stay in the United States and practice and start my career as an attendant. The waiver is you have to serve in a rural part of the United States for about 3 years. It's practically public service. So you work in a rural part of the United States for about 3 years and you're waived that restriction of going back to your home country. The H1B visa, you don't have to worry about any of that. So for me personally, I decided to go with the H1B visa because I didn't want the restriction. So with that said, those are the three main visas and the differences between those three visas. F1 OPT is practically just for 12 months. J1 visa is a visa with an intention to return back to your home country, and H1B visa is a visa without any restriction, but a lot less programs do sponsor the H1B visa. Typically, those on the F1 OPT visa eventually have to transition into a J1 or an H1B. So practically, it's up to you to figure out what programs offer what visas and which one suits you best. But anyways, those are the three main visa types to practice in the US. Please don't forget to subscribe and also like the video if you find it helpful. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch today's video. Hope you have a great day. Bye.